Bonjour! Bonjour!
No. Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Yes, I'm sorry. Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Avatar The Last Airbender Season 1. You? Episode 6. I watched already the 5 first episodes of this adaptation, you know, the Netflix adaptation of this story of Avatar The Last Airbender. If you want to see my reaction videos about the 5 first episodes, I'm gonna put the link into the eye for the playlist that I made for it, and into the same eye you're gonna find the playlist that I made for my entire binge watching of Avatar The Last Airbender, the original show, for the Legend of Korra, the spin-off about the Avatar after Aang, in case you're interested to rediscover all of this journey, you know, to rewatch it in case you want your dose of Avatar The Last Airbender, this universe, now that you finished this Netflix adaptation, or just you want to discover because you're a new viewer, you know, of this journey, and you want to discover what is next with someone, you know, who is appreciating this universe as much as you are appreciating it. You can have all of that into the eye. And yes, I was saying, I'm sorry, I made myself, you know, a little bowl of cereals. I don't know if you can see it, without any milk, you know, without anything, just like, really, I ate, like, I made a break between the episode 4 and 5, so I ate, but clearly it was not enough. I have the impression that this season 1 of this show, you know, is taking all of my energy. Like, can we realize that I cried in each one of them? I had really an emotional moment with a lot of tears for each one of them. Maybe the episode 3 I had just some little tears into my eyes, but for all of the rest I cried. Clearly it's taking a lot of my energy. I need sugar, like really, that's why I didn't put any milk and all, just to feel even more the sugar inside of these cereals. I need energy! I'm gonna try to not eat, you know, during the reaction part, because clearly it's making a lot of noise, but just know that this is happening, like really this is happening. This show is taking so much energy from me, I need a refill. I told you, first episode was amazing, I'm in love, I'm impressed, I'm so much into it. Second episode was so cool, the Kyoshi Warriors, everything so cool. Third episode, I appreciated it, Omashu, the Kabichi Sky, and you know, to meet Jet, to meet Teo and his dad, to begin stuff like that in Omashu with Bumi also a little, so cool. I had some doubts about mixing stories like that, but the episode 4 comforted me with that impression, like okay, they can do it, for sure they have less time, but they want to make them all, so that's why they made that decision, so it's okay. And really, with the fact that during the episode 4 they also put these memories for Iroh, mourning his son, Iroh and Zuko, the beginning of their relationship, the musical theme, they had me with that. They really convinced me, you know, of this episode 4, a lot thanks to that. Episode 5, I'm like, okay, you're gonna mix in fact a lot of other stories. Am I okay with it? I'm like, maybe I have to give you the same chance, you know, than for the episode 3. I want to see what you're gonna do with it. Are you gonna conclude all of these stories? Are you gonna bring all of the messages that these stories are supposed to have on their own episodes? Like right now you chose to make them all, but we need the messages, you know, not only the conclusions but also the messages, also the discussions, the reveals, the informations that it's gonna bring. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna have time to do it well? That's another question. And even more because it seems that by having Aang on his own going right there, I have the impression that you're gonna mix other stuff, so I'm like, mixing stuff together because you don't have a lot of time and because still you want to give everything to the viewers. Okay, it can be an idea, maybe a good one if you're doing it well, but you know, at some point maybe it's gonna be too much. Like I said it during the review of the previous episode, mixing stuff together like that, I already know that the hardcore fans, they're gonna hate it. But even, you know, the open heart, open-minded fans like me, at some point we're gonna be like, too much. You know, too much. We can have an open heart and an open mind, but at some point maybe you're asking us too much. I was okay with the mix of the episode 3, I can be okay with the mix of this episode 5. If in addition of that you're putting even more mix, maybe I'm gonna stop to be okay. So that's why also I'm a little stressed now by this episode, and maybe also that's why I need sugar. Like, not only because of the energy, the energy and the emotions that this 5 first episodes demanded me, but also because I'm stressed about what is gonna happen, so I need, you know, sugar to be reassured, you know, with sugar stuff. Sugar and chocolate, best combo for that. Outside it's still the storm and suddenly really sunny, like the lights, the noise, I can't change that, like really. February now in our days in France, now climate change, normally it's the weather that we have during March, now it's February. The fact that I'm crying during each episode, not only because I'm an emotional person, but also because they know how to make the right scenes really great. It's cool, it's really cool. And you know, during the last episode, I didn't talk about it during the previous review, but I'm glad that we had June, we met her, we already had this little thing with Iroh, and also we had something for Zuko. It's cool. But you know, for example, during the previous episode, the fact that we spent more time with Azula, I understand why, because of the role that they want her to play into this show, because they're not gonna have time during the next episodes, you know, the next seasons, to really make it, to really show the importance that she has for Zuko, for, you know, all of the Heir of the Throne story. I understand why, but what they did with her during the previous episode was the exact same thing than what they did with her during the episode 3, I think. So did they need to do it again? No, it was not necessary, and it was like 2 minutes on screen that maybe they could have used for something else. And you know, some changes that they are making, like the secret tunnels, that was cool to have them, that was cool to have the songs, these guys and all. They used it for something different, for building, you know, the relationship between Sokka and Katara, showing, you know, that they are family, and okay, at the beginning they had trouble to understand each other, but now it's not the case anymore, and I love that they are really creating something for this relationship between them. I love that, and that was a sweet way to do it, by using the love tale, you know, of the secret tunnels. But normally it's for another ship, and the fact that they're not doing it, I said it, if you're bringing something for one team of shippers, you have to bring something else for another team of shippers, and right there I don't have the impression that they did it. And for the last episode, it was cool to have these visions, you know, for Katara and Sokka, Katara with her mom, Sokka with his dad. The fact that they both feel like they have to honor them, one by being an amazing waterbender because her mother sacrificed herself for that, one by being the one who is going to protect everyone because his father had some doubts about him being capable of that, you know. That was cool nuts, that was cool things. So see, with the changes that they are making, each time I can understand why and how. Most of the time I'm like, it's cool, why not? And for some little things I'm like, did we need it? Are you really gonna do it great? At some point, is it not gonna be too much? For now, I didn't reach the too much level, but I think that some fans who are less open-minded than me maybe they can. Oh, and just so you know, like the fact that I just watched the first trailer and the final trailer, nothing else between that to avoid spoilers, it has been 2 days that I didn't go on Twitter except to make a post to tell the guys you're not gonna see me. Okay, let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, on which you can have these reaction videos about Avatar The Last Airbender earlier, hours earlier, and you're gonna have them with an extended reaction part. I don't think that I'm gonna put 4 reaction parts now, you know. So extended reaction part, it means that you just have to subscribe to the level 2 to have access to all of my reaction videos about Avatar The Last Airbender, you know. So only €5, only €5, and you're gonna have access to all of my videos for Avatar The Last Airbender. And you're gonna have them with an extended reaction part, which is really longer. Like for now, I edited only the episode 1, it was 15 minutes longer. It's really a lot, like 15 minutes in addition, you know, like it's really a lot. And with full opacity for sure. So if you want these advantages sooner and more, it's on my Patreon. And it's the best way to support me. I'm a little reactor right there on YouTube and also on Patreon, so if you want and if you can, it can be appreciated and truly useful. Let's go for this episode. Let's hope that I'm not gonna cry again, and let's hope even more that, okay, they're gonna continue to mix stuff, but they're gonna make it great and they're not gonna push it too far. Let's go. And yes, I'm gonna continue to eat a little during this episode. Really, my body needs it, reclaims energy, sugar, all of that.
We spend so much time hiding who we really are, making sure no one sees the person we truly want to be. So it's hard to remember there was a time when we were actually excited to show the world our true face. That uniform suits you well.
So look like I had trouble with the shoulder guards. What is it?
Nothing.
Less than 1 minute ago, I told you, let's hope for me to not cry during this episode.
Ozai, however, seems to enjoy having an audience.
My father says he welcomes different opinions.
Nah.
I'd advise against testing that. There.
And I look
Amazing.
Like a prince.
Why are we off course?
He was so excited, he was so
Lieutenant G, I asked.
smiling and all, and now he's always mad.
We've been playing catch up for too long.
Always
I think
frustrated.
it's time for a new strategy.
You think I am the commander of this ship?
Maybe.
I am an admiral.
Of course, I welcome your assistance. In fact, I expect it. I'll need all the resources at my disposal, no matter how minimal. I'll come back later.
He's a fucking prince!
Few
Okay, a
personnel
banished
changes.
one, but still!
Until then, carry on.
What's happened?
You know, just by looking at his face, you know that something is wrong.
Lieutenant, do you know what the punishment for mutiny is?
I do, and that's why I can't do what you say.
Are you seriously gonna let this spineless slug tell us what to do? He doesn't know what's at stake! We can't let him come in and take it all away, not after everything we've been through.
You, it was always you, you never considered them.
For the last 3 years, we've only had each other. And that's still true. Zhao is not the one who deserves your loyalty. Zuko is.
Loyalty? General, with all due respect, your nephew doesn't know the meaning of the word. If he did, he would have shown us a lot more respect. Instead, we've had to put up with his insults and abuse and tantrums.
He's
Because
right.
he can't be, because he's never had to sacrifice anything. And if you ask anyone here, they'll tell you he may be a prince, but he's not our prince.
Ooh! You speak with your heart, and I understand your reason, but the last line...
I know Zuko has his rough edges. But you must understand, he's been through a lot.
How can
And
they
he
know?
knows far more about sacrifice than you can ever know.
They can't know he never opened himself for sure to them.
I need to make contact with Avatar Roku. He's the only one who can tell me how to save my friends.
I will hold him off for as long as I can.
Thank you.
Step aside, great sage. This boy's the Avatar. He is the hope for the world. Remember the teachings of Avatar Roku.
The only one who can provide balance is Fire Lord Ozai. He will unify the world, not the Avatar. Now, for the last time, step aside.
I can't do that.
Then you shall burn, along with the rest of the non-believers.
Someone resisting, someone sacrificing himself.
Who dares disturb the peace of the Avatar?
I'm not praying.
It's me, Aang.
Is it not customary to bow before your elders? And hop on one leg? It's good to see you, Aang. But what took you so long? I thought you would.
Yes, he was nicer than Kyoshi the warrior, who was really like that.
Kyoshi has always been kind of.
What did I just say?
We share the same spark, but we are our own people. I'm different from Kyoshi, just as you are different from either of us. A totem that represents something that Ko needs and cannot forget. The pennant belonged to the Mother of Faces, an ancient spirit who crafted faces for all living beings. And she is Ko's mother. Ko longs for the same thing we all do. Family.
A totem. Sounds like something you'd be willing to trade for. Thank you, Roku.
I hope that you're able to save your friends, but the truth is, for the Avatar, friends can be a liability. Trust me. It'll save you and the ones you love.
It was true for
a lot
you,
of pain.
Roku, and one day we'll see why into this show, but it's not gonna be the case for Aang.
What happened to them? Paralyzed.
Hello!
Everything's going fine. So you're the Avatar, huh? Not sure what all the fuss is about. You need to let me go. No, really.
She got you out, it's already something.
Here's the thing. Some of us don't need saving. Some of us have got this world figured out. As far as I'm concerned, the world's just fine the way it is. Please, just let me do what I have to do, and I swear I'll come back. My friends are in danger, and I'm the only one who can save them. Do you know what it's like to have people depending on you? To have someone's life in your hands?
I do.
Then please, let me save them.
No.
You couldn't have always been this way.
Oh, we're gonna see it now. Okay.
By flanking them, but they keep lengthening the line.
Zuko, what would you do?
Horn's tactic. Enveloping flanks, leaving an escape route to draw them out.
Didn't you hear the general? They're protected by cliffs on one side. General.
We can advance the division here.
If you send them into the heart of the forces, how will they retreat?
They won't.
But they'll be lost. You're gonna sacrifice them.
Sacrifice is a part of war.
It's a terrible plan.
What did you say?
I said, it's a terrible plan. Soldiers are gonna die for what?
You dare question?
Enough!
There is only one way to resolve this. Agni Kai.
course we do. Just as we all know you're in defiance of my orders. Which means that by disrespecting me, you're dishonoring your father.
Oh, not the first time. He's not gonna even get surprised.
Take the avatar.
Over my dead body.
I think he's really like, what the fuck is going on? No, he's not saying fuck, Aang. Aang understands that this one is worst.
Where will you take him? Ozai stronghold for the night.
You're so good! You're mine.
Who are you? Right. Right now. Talk later.
Fighting together. I two babies are fighting together.